Hello and welcome to the Stress Mastery Podcast. I am your host, Peggy Romero. Thank you for joining me today. And yes, you have the right day. This is Sunday, and it's usually set up Sunday for Bill, but Bill's out. He's going to be doing his bodybuilding competition and needs this week to focus on that. So bear with me because it's me this week, and I hope that you enjoy it. So this week, our topic is the why. And the why for everybody is different. Every single one of us ticks a different way, right? And so I'm going to be doing interviews this week with 5 different people discussing their why, what keeps them going. And I'm really excited about it because, some people just live their life status quo day in, day out. I call it Groundhog's Day after that movie I love so much. And other people go out and just excel. They're never content with just what they've got. They always have more and more and more in their heart and in their soul. So I'm trying to find out, why isn't enough just enough for them? For some of us, it just never is enough. It's never going to be enough. I believe that for some of us, nothing will ever be enough because there's always more. And I don't mean that in a negative way. And I'm not talking about acquiring things or even gaining more experiences. I'm just talking about the desire in your heart and always being willing to thrive to achieve more. Like, we just have that creativity and imagination, and it never stops us. Like, there's always a new spark being produced, just always more, spark of desire. And I'm talking about the longing to be the best you that you can be, that joy that you can never get enough of, that joy that comes from helping other people succeed. For some of us, we will never just want to sit in a rocking chair or sit around and watch TV all day. For me, there's just too much life to live to be sitting around and watching it go by us when we could actually be jumping in and living it. Actually, I think when I'm old, I'll probably still go on walks because I love going for walks. And then I can sit on my porch with a big smile on my face, which of course will attract all my neighbors to come by and want to talk to me. And since I have such a loving and kind heart, and what stories I'll have to tell them. How exciting. I mean, I even look forward to that. They'll be able to learn from all my experiences because I have so much to give and so much life experience to share. That's just something exciting I can look forward to in 30 years from now, I guess. So since they'll be able to learn from my experiences, I'll be able to teach them and help them grow. And so I'll just still be connected to my purpose. I have so much to give and so much life to share. So, when I sold my agency a few years back, I used to do insurance for a long time. And people were always assuming that I was retiring. And I was barely 55. Well, I might have been almost 56, but why would I want to retire? I mean, that's crazy. So what would I do if I retired? What would I be thinking about all day long if I retired? I have to have stimulation and stuff to think about. Well, of course, they naturally thought that I would travel because I love to travel. I really do. But I did actually spend maybe a year, maybe a little less than the first year after I sold the agency, that I did travel a lot. And I went around and did lots of things, and we really enjoyed our time. But I can take plenty of time to do that when I'm older. I'm just not done working yet, not by a long shot. So I worked for agents for a few years because I love helping people. So I just helped them. So I loved that. And they paid me, don't get me wrong, but it was great. Now I'm working with Bill in his new company. I'm learning to brand myself on social media. I'm coaching other women, but my big deal, I'm writing my first book called Finally, Becoming the Person You Were Always Meant to Be. That book's going to come out September 20th, and oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So I'm learning how to do all these things so that I can promote myself and market myself. So my other fun thing that I'm doing is planning the Stress Mastery Rise Up and Shift event. And that's going to be life-changing for everyone in attendance. And so I'm just so excited to be part of that. I mean, helping other people grow and challenging myself to be a speaker and stuff, right? So now I'm an author and a speaker, an event planner, and a podcaster. And that's all just right this minute. That's what I'm doing. So wow, why in the world would I ever want to retire? To do what? So my life is absolutely amazing right now. And I love, love, love it. So my why, well, I can share that on my Saturday episode at the end of the week, discussing the why with Coach Peggy. So I came up with some questions to ask these 5 guys and girls that I'm going to be interviewing this week. And this isn't a question and answer podcast, so it's going to be, conversational. So I'm excited to see like how many of the questions I actually get to ask because everything's going to flow differently, and I'm really looking forward to the week. So of course I'll ask them, what they do, what they're doing now, how long they've felt this drive to succeed, drive to do more, and I'm wondering if they can articulate their why. I mean, that's really interesting. I wonder how long they've been working on themselves, if they've been working in stress mastery, if they use the techniques and how they've changed their life because of it. How has their personal growth affected their relationships and their lives in general? I'm wondering like how many people have rattled their close friends and family, because when we grow, we change and other people don't always like it. So I'm curious about that. I know that they'll all think it's a journey worth taking, but I'll probably ask. And then I'm going to ask like, what are your plans for the future? But what I really want to ask, and I don't know how to ask it because it comes across so negative, but when did enough become not enough for you? Because I know like growing up, my mom always used to say, just let enough be enough. Just accept what you have and be happy with what you have. And I think there's so much to that. But there's another side of it, which is that driving force inside of you and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to sit here settled. I'm going to follow my heart. So that's what I mean by that. So it's really cool because each of these people that I'm interviewing have a completely different life and different paths and different journeys, just like you and I do, right? They have completely different lives and lifestyles. So I love talking to people and just knowing what makes them tick because they're so interesting. And no two of us are exactly alike. We're just all so different. So it's really cool. So this will be a really good week here on the podcast. You'll get to know different people, and I'll be asking them all relatively the same questions. And I know that the flow is going to be so different with each person. I'm really honored that Bill trusts me with his platform, and I hope that you guys will enjoy this show this week. It's really important to me to help you guys grow and learn different things. So I appreciate you listening, and I don't think you'll be disappointed if you do. So remember, guys, the Rise Up and Shift event is coming this September 22nd to 25th in Kansas City at the Unity Village, and you're not going to want to miss it. And I can't wait to meet all of you guys there. I know this is a short podcast, Setup Sunday. So that's it for today's show. And remember, our mission here is to create a shift in the planet. And you can join us on the mission by simply like, share, and subscribe. The links are right below the show notes. And I just want to remind you, the Rise Up and Shift, you can, there's a link for that underneath there. And if you want to contact me, I am PeggyRomero.com, or you can email me at Peggy@livingrightwithBillCorright.com. As always, until next time, stay inspired.